Hello everybody, welcome to our class Passionate Learners. So in this class we are going to discuss about the developmental tasks. This topic is important for people who are preparing for TET exam or UGC NET, and it is important topic for people who are pursuing B.Ed and M.Ed. So here we're going to discuss about the different aspects of development. So in this, the different aspects of development include the physical development, intellectual development, social development, emotional development, and language development. Coming to physical development, the name itself indicates it is something related to the body. So change in size, shape, and physical maturity of the body would be coming under this. And when coming to intellectual development, which is related to mind. So here, based on the experiences, based on the growth and experiences, the capacity of the thinking, reasoning, judging and conceptualizing may vary from stage to stage. So we're going to discuss about this in the intellectual development. When coming to the social development, it indicates the society. So the skills which a child requires to behave in the society or to be accepted by the society is nothing but the social development. Next, coming to the emotional development, responses to the events and appropriate forms of expressing them. So emotion is nothing but the way a person reacts to a particular situation. So how a person reacts to a particular situation in each and every stage of the development is emotional development. And when coming to the language development, it is nothing but the language we use to communicate with people. How this language changes occur from the infancy to the adolescence is nothing but the language development. Coming to physical development. In physical development, the development here includes from infancy, early childhood, late childhood and adolescence. So here the physical means the body development is very fast and rapid over here. And when coming to the early childhood, here it is not as fast as infancy, but it is still fast. The next thing is the late childhood. So in the late childhood, the body development, if we observe, it is somewhat steady and slow. It is not as rapid as infancy. When coming to the adolescence, here again the body changes are very rapid. The primary and the secondary sexual characters do appear here, and yes, that is what is about the physical development. And when coming to the intellectual development, infancy, here there is not much intellectual development. Early childhood, here the things like perception, color, size, shape, identification starts over here. And here the child is very curious and eager to know everything present in or surrounding to his society. The next thing is the late childhood. Here the development is fast. His observation, thinking and his logical thinking, reasoning, everything develops at this late childhood stage. And when coming to adolescence, here the abstract thinking develops and the complex solving problem ability also increases in the adolescence. Next task is the social development task. So in the infancy, how the social interaction takes place. Here the baby is infant, and here he interacts only with his mother and father and some of the family members. And when coming to early childhood, here he starts socializing a bit, makes friends with the other people, but still dependent on parents. And the late childhood, here he or she becomes socially active, makes gangs, and there is no ego at this stage. Adolescence. So adolescence is the stage where socially activeness increases a lot at this stage, and the people get attracted towards their opposite sex, and increasing the peer influence means they form groups, and there will be much impact of friends on a particular person at this stage. This is about the social development. And the next is emotional development. Emotions, I already explained that emotions means how you react to a particular situation is nothing but an emotion. So coming to infancy, a baby will be very egocentric and selfish, emotionally unstable. Infant shows fear, anger, love and hate. When coming to early childhood, here also the child is egocentric and selfish, shows anger and mostly unstable. Girls get attracted to father, which is nothing but Electra complex, and son is attached to mother, which is nothing but Oedipus complex. Next, the later childhood. The later childhood, here a child becomes somewhat unselfish. He becomes emotionally stable and understands and forms sentiments at this stage. And next, coming to adolescence, here high emotions, it actually is known as the age of stress and storm, and he will be able to handle emotions at this stage. And anxiety, there will be anxiety, daydreaming and hero worship prevails at this adolescent stage. And finally, the language development. So what happens in the language development is, in the infancy, at the beginning stages, at the beginning of few weeks when the child is born, they cry a lot. They express their language through crying. Cries at the birth, starts to speak some words like mama, papa. By the end of the first year and by the end of the second year, they starts to speak short sentences. And when coming to the early childhood, pronouncing the words correctly, building a vocabulary and framing sentences is done at this stage. So this is all about the developmental tasks, that is the physical, intellectual, social, emotional and language development tasks at each and every stage of the human development, that is infancy, early childhood, late childhood and adolescence. So this is all about the developmental tasks. I hope the video is very useful for you people, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe to Passionate Learners. Thank you.